Most frustrating and scary about Antifa and Black Lives Matter and Marxism and philosophy and theory and Carl Jung and AA meetings and a self a person has as a man, a woman, a gender neutral human. And distraction caused in a world with neuroscience, brain and body, and the games they play with themselves in hallways and themselves in the middle of the night they yell at and scream at. And unfortunately, themselves entering other rooms where a human rents an apartment and doesn't live in a house where they do now. A human makes a story about a sloth named Raspberry as an example. To talk about fascism and police departments and militaries and governments, tall men and skinny veterans with young girls by their side now who listen to what I say, listen to the words I speak and the tone of my voice and the volume of my letter and sentence and tenacity of my grammar, to solve the grit I have with my throat, telling them to leave me alone, telling bullies to go hump a pillow. Now, and a space alien named Martini who throws out some toys into the world to say, you're all too obsessed with timing and your watches and your clocks and your glasses and your eyeballs and your pupils and social rewards and stimulation from behavior restrictions and limits and control and minds and behavior. And your new system with those processes are why there's cognitive dissonance right now with my speech. And why silence suddenly goes crystal clear. Shinier than a diamond on a woman's hand who gets engaged and doesn't have a mysterious friendship with everyone now. Martini and Raspberry say, after they throw toys away from the human who stares up and goes, oh my gosh, they're trying to kill me with peanut butter and jelly, to objects available in a hospital shop for families who are supporting a cancer patient to bring some peace and calm to a chemotherapy receiving human person now. And Martini and Raspberry warn a narrator translator. Psychiatry's coming to take you to jail. And unfortunately, they say now, there's no more prison. There's only a doctor, a nurse, a needle, a medication, a prescription, and restraints. And unless I, a narrator translator, walk on a sidewalk with a man with his phone wearing a white shirt with dark skin called Black African American, who has no mask and blocks a sidewalk and gives me double vision, and I end up avoiding a conflict and practicing non-duality, then I have to sit in my own feces. I have to grow my hair out and be unable to receive a haircut they provide in their barber shop where their homie OG retired and decided they were going to assist the city solve crime and a homicide rate higher than almost the last 4 years of the first 6 months of 2020. And a Buddhist, they say, needs treatment, needs the University of Washington to provide a service called psychology, questions, and therapy to remove a disorder diagnosis caused by a process and a system in place on Capitol Hill they call civilization, city, and no more racism now. With graffiti, broken windows, and artists sharing their love with one another in a tribal community now. Making paintings and drawings about tattoos and piercings they got before they succeeded in overthrowing a president they call Mr. Donald Trump. An inconsiderate failure and an example of what they are defeating now. 10-day notices for anyone who wants to go to school and have a goal and a purpose and not watch the earth die and see the children cry and babies starve to death from some ethnicity and dialect and some paranoid, Adderall addicted woman who heard a loud bang. And a man she socially and emotionally understands heard thunder. And their consciousness had lightning and they had a hallucination. And the tall man and the short man and the woman and the girl and the friend didn't show up in time, and they called 911 and said, "Oh my gosh, there's someone in trouble. There's someone who needs your assistance. And don't worry, you can shoot him, you can kill him, you can murder him. He's a problem needing fixed now." However, a man can say, "I will light you up," to another man and have a film on a camera played for someone who says, "Oh, he was okay." He can say he can do whatever to that man because that man's bigger than him and he's just defending his right to be a racist. Now, and he can hit anybody's door in the middle of the night. He can come into a kitchen door and knock, 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 bang, 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 bang. Because he served a country he now denounces and displays with his oath of enlistment, and hears from someone making a video now for a school. He says has to do with a delusion and needs a prescription medication to fix a person's problem whose emotion has got too increased and has been causing his synchronization to fail and his PTSD to have symptoms similar to a whisper on a recording a video recording available during a video recording to figure out who's the whisperer. Who went over there to start saying here now, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, needed handcuffs, a police car ride to a hospital where they used to study in a health sciences library and receive their degree, saying they are a professional and they know sounds, they know visual, and are the change they wish to see in the world for consciousness and infinity called time, energy, and free services and government provided funds. Now,